So, welcome back, His Excellency, Governor. Thank you, Chair. Yeah. So, within the time you are away, the honorable members have considered the response which was sent to them on 22nd June 2023. And we have noted that the response did not adequately address the 12 issues. Actually, the response was a letter, just a letter acknowledging the recommendations and noting that the accounting officer, who I believe is the managing director of the company, having been directed to comply with the issues that are listed. And number two, it contained the financial statements for 2022-2023. Now, there were many other issues which the response did not highlight. So the members have now agreed that because of the substantiveness of the response to these issues, we will allow the county government to adequately respond to each of the issues to the Senate after a letter has been sent out today. All the 12 issues indicating the status and what has been done. Then we will give a new date for appearance where we will consider the update report and also the financial statements 2023-2024. We know that you may have started implementing these issues, but for the interest of the members, we just needed an update. For example, on issue number 5, the county assembly, you forwarded a bill to the county assembly. We just need to see the bill in the response, that the bill is here, it has been sent to the county assembly, and the county assembly has done this bit. So the members therefore say that on this particular entity, we would be unwilling to proceed until we look at the issues that are contained in here. But we have also directed that the responses that you have filed will not be refiled again. We will use the responses that you have filed today to the audit queries. So that is on the matter of water. Now, we are very much overstretched of time because this meeting is about to end at 11. Having looked at issues of Wajir municipality also, and the Wajir Referral Hospital, we have a number of issues that we want to raise, which we are very certain will take quite some time in the two reports. For example, the report of Wajir municipality has non-disclosures. The report of the hospital also has very fundamental issues that the members think that they need adequate time to process both reports. So because of the short timelines and to save on time for the next meeting. We also agreed that the responses that we have received for Wajir Municipality and Wajir Hospital be retained by us and will be considered together with the water issues on the date that we are also going to propose, but they will be considered in the same meeting. We want, as you go, matters of interest that members thought that requires more attention on the municipality. There is the matter of non-disclosure of expense paid by the county executive, where the county executive paid 141 million for the municipality, and there were no records at all. So members have an interest there. There was also the issue of inaccuracies in staffing costs. There were also an issue of irregular engagement of casual workers. So members have an interest there. That is for the municipality. For the hospital, there were also non-disclosure issues, which the members have an interest. For example, non-disclosure of employee costs paid by the county government, amounting to 21.3 million. Then we have the non-disclosure of other expenses paid by the county government, again amounting to 48.4 million. So we had a number of undisclosures. Undisclosure of property, plant, and equipment. And there was also the issue of loss of revenue due to inpatient management. So those issues members have an interest. So even as we allow you to go and come another day, those are the issues that members will have an interest, a huge interest in. Sorry, I had forgotten the matter of management of NHIF. Management of NHIF amounting to 48.8 million. That is there as well. So because of interest of time, we will allow the meeting, to be rescheduled on another day where the three entities will be examined. But the responses will be with us. You don't need to file another responses, but the issues I've noted, to you will require adequate and if possible, additional responses to it. So members, I have given the directives that you have given me. But I can see, Eddie, you want to respond, say something?
Chair, because this was a status report, I wanted to plead with the governor that that status report is, if comprehensive enough and considered by the committee, we have considered it as submissions in these committees before. And, you know, I'm always very sensitive to the idea of protecting counties. When we talk about protecting counties, what do we mean under Article 96? And for me, there are small things that are very sensitive. As small as governor traveling from all the way from Wajir with his entire team and getting here, and then we don't prosecute the business of the day. There is cost. Cost in terms of time, cost in terms of talent, and cost in terms of treasure. A lot of treasure has been spent, a lot of time has been spent that could be spent by the governor serving the people of Wajir. And because of that, I wanted to plead with you, Chair, and the committee, that should the report be comprehensive enough, right, we can consider that as written submission. So it doesn't hesitate back and forth, so that the next meeting should not be based on this, but based on comprehensive responses from the governor. If they are adequate enough and we are able to consider them as written submissions, that will be well placed. Because there are some of these issues, Governor, I've sat on these committees and tried to help with a lot of water issues. In this particular water issue that we're looking at, the WSP that we're looking at from Wajir, Governor, we were with you here. And remember, I personally empathize with the fact that, one, there were a number of litigation cases that were on this WSP. And we did appreciate that time that you're dealing with a lot of litigations. In fact, at that time, the governor had considered liquidation of this water service provider. So the status report is an important one. When you talk about the issue of non-revenue water, we canvassed on this chair, if you remember, when the governor appeared before us here, that unlike Nairobi that has got metered waters, Wajir deals with boreholes to be able to transact water. And for those who don't visit Wajir, is, you can deal with about 56,000 kilometers of trying to connect water from different boreholes. And that's why this idea of comprehensive responses to these reports, because if you look at it, Governor, the audit query that we wanted to check today had about 13 issues, if I'm not wrong. They are synonymous with 12 issues that were raised. It's only one new issue that has come out from the request that we had provided before. So that comprehensive response to each and all of those issues will save us time, so that government is not tossed between here and Nairobi, and especially spending money with the team to come here. Lastly, Chair, on the issue of the Wajir Referral Hospital, because this is also the COG Chair, I think that, Chair, if you look at the COG performance, you realize that the on-source revenue of all counties has improved from 13.7 billion to 58 billion. That's the improvement that we've had across counties. And it is, you know, there is a feeling that about 16.7 billion has come because of the implementation of FIF. And it's only Wajir that is lagging behind in terms of the implementation of FIF Act. I think again it's Wajir and Kitui, if I'm not wrong from what you've seen in the reports. This is something that I will also encourage that you give us a status update on when you send us the comprehensive responses to what we've requested. And that way we can move on in the spirit of protecting counties. This committee should not be a committee that is fighting governors or governors fighting with the committee. We are not in adverse relationship. So I want to leave it there and thank the chair and the committee for that consideration. But let's be more partners in trying to make these counties work. And there's no adversarial relationship between us. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. I think you already made the decision yourself. If you want to vary that decision, it is upon you. The issue of the other two entities, that is Wajir Municipality and Wajir Hospital, which, as I've noted, there are also issues that which members feel that the responses are not satisfactory. So I think that we can discuss further before we send out the letter. We can discuss further internally. So I think that is the position. We will allow the governor to make some very quick final comments, and then we adjourn, prepare for the next meeting.
Thank you, Chair. I stand guided by your directioning. Chair, if I separate the matters, with respect to the audit reports that we are considering, we came prepared to address the audit responses. Audit will always find something. An audit is a personal judgment of the auditor, but the auditee also has a right to respond I have come prepared for the responses. But I will stand guided by your direction for another day. But just quickly highlighting on the issue that is described as non-disclosure, this has to do with expenses covered in the books of the executive on behalf of these entities. Because our payroll was pretty much consolidated, a lot of these payroll costs are in the main executive, and we will endeavor to migrate them. But we have the proof, and the executive is also audited. So they're just extracts from the executive's audit report, and we will show that this relates to the municipality. On the issue of the, for instance, excessive staffing cost, we have 23 town administrations, all captured in the executive, but what is being considered here is the municipality. So those are things we're able to explain, but we will get to that as and when. Chair, on the hospital side, again, the non-disclosure on the executive side on their behalf, I want to assure Senator Eddy that, mine is not piped water in Nairobi. It is water in 900 villages scattered over 56,000 square kilometers, as you say. So sometimes it's good to contextualize. Having said that, as and when given an opportunity, we will demonstrate that things are improving. Two, I am not failing to appreciate that the county government is a perpetual succession. I do understand the county government is a perpetuity. But why I raise the issue of where we began is because we also have to demonstrate that there's an incremental improvement. And some of the new members of the committee might not appreciate what it is that I'm dealing with respect to where we began. I inherited a county where 1.3 billion of pension money was not paid in 5 years. As of today, at least I pay my pensions up to date. And this contextualization is important because audit is not mechanical. Audit is supposed to be value adding, and where improvements are made, it's supposed to be noted. Where there's a deterioration, it's supposed to be noted. Having said that, Mr. Chair, I appreciate the committee for taking time, and I stand guided by your direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor, for accepting our invitation and appearing before us. I know in the past you have always responded positively to our invitation. We really value that. I know you had prepared adequately for this session, but we, as a Senate committee, we are also very keen to ensure that, just like you are very keen to ensure that the people of Wajir get clean water and proper services, we are also very keen. We have an obligation to ensure that we also help you through our oversight role to do that. So in the wisdom of the members, they, after having perused through the audit report and your response, they thought that it is very important for them to also get to know what has happened to the recommendations they gave. So I think that has been made in good faith, and we will get time, I believe, to review what you have done, because we believe that those recommendations, if implemented, I think we'll begin to see further improvement. And we have also noted that there has been an improvement. First of all, the report has moved from, was it disclaimer or adverse? It has moved from there to qualified opinion. Number two, the non-revenue water has moved from 82% to 63%. We appreciate that. And also the other efforts that you have made, which you haven't documented. So we are sure that if we implement the 12 issues, we will make this company even better. So I think I want you to take it positively on the issue of water. On these other entities, hospital and municipalities, yes, you have made an explanation of why there is a non-disclosure. We understand that it's not just your county that has that challenge. Many other counties intermingle the two entity funds, the executive and the entities, but the PFM requires a separation. So I think the auditors did that in that context. Eddie has raised an issue about us accepting written submission. I think the committee will look at that after receiving a report from the Secretariat and the physical analyst, particularly on the issue of disclosures. If that is verified, then the committee will make a decision. So let the committee make a decision as to whether we will reopen up that recommendation. But I would suggest that the Secretariat gives us a report, a fiduciary risk report on those issues members have noted for the hospital and for the municipality before we make a decision on whether to accept written responses for the hospital and for municipality, or whether to still proceed with the examination of these two entities when you come for the water. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Chair, any timelines?
I think let's leave it to the internal meeting, because we need to look at our schedule, the other meetings we have planned, and also having received the report from the physical analyst, then we'll make a decision. You want to say something when?
Chair, just a comment on the need for the auditor to verify those responses before they're submitted to the committees. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, so maybe in the letter, clerk, in the letter that you will do to the county government, you need to specify that those responses should be processed by the auditor before they are brought to us. So the auditor will have an input into looking at the responses to the 12 matters. So thank you very much, Governor, and I apologize for anything that may not have gone right, but we'll continue maintaining good relations between your side and our Senate. Thank you very much.
Appreciate, Chair. On a light note, I'll probably have a conversation with Senator Chimera as to whether he had another candidate for COG, Chair.
Thank you.